In this topic, we are going to talk about two main areas of language: receptive language and expressive language. Think about how you learned your first language. You probably can't remember because it happened so early in your life, and it now seems that the process was effortless. In reality, infants and toddlers are using a number of strategies to become a conversational partner with others, such as recognizing the voices of the special people in their life, learning to predict when one word ends and another begins, or learning to use words in the correct order to convey meaning. As we still do as adults, infant and toddlers learn to use non-verbal gestures and facial expression to communicate their thoughts and feelings. Let's travel with infant and toddlers as they move through the language learning journey. In this page, you can observe the difference between receptive and expressive language. First, receptive communication or receptive language refer to an infant or toddler's ability to listen to and understand language. They begin to understand language as part of the nurturing relationships with responsive, trusting adults and are able to make sense of gestures, facial expression, and words well before they are able to verbally express themselves. Expressive language is the ability of infants and toddlers to express themselves through sound, gestures, facial expression, and words. A beginning point for expressive communication is the infant's cry. Cueing is another form of early communication and can begin as early as 1 month. By 6 months, you can hear new sounds like ma, ba, and da. By 18 months, you may hear toddlers using 2 and 3 word sentences such as me, go, or more drink, please. We have an example. The name of the boy is Damien. He is an active 2 years old. Hear his mother say, "We are going outside now." He ran to get his coat. He both hear and understand the words and the intent of the language. He knew that his mother was telling him something important. He demonstrated remarkable receptive language. Children often develop receptive language before they learn to express language. Language development changes in fairly predictable ways during the early years. As you can observe here, we have the two type of language that we find in children: receptive language and expressive language. Um, According to the stage, by age. Let's talk first about receptive language prior to birth. Well, infants are practicing listening to sound while still snug inside their mother's womb. More than 30 years ago, some researchers found that newborns can distinguish between the mother's voice and another female's voice almost immediately after birth. The infant at 3 years old were asked to do something they could already do very well, to suck on a pacifier. The pacifier was connected through wires to a tape recorder. Then if a baby sucked on the pacifier, the pacifier at a slower rate, she would hear a stranger's voice. The babies quickly learned which rate of sucking would produce a mother's voice and consistently produce a rate of sucking to generate a sound. How did the infant know how to do this incredible feat? Did they immediately learn a mother's voice after birth? Or were they eavesdropping prior to birth? The other is birth to 4 months. During this stage, we can observe infant basically are citizen of the world at birth. And early in life, they can hear the differences between all the consonants and vowels using any language. They can hear the difference in the sound in words and are ready to begin to learn any language in the world. By 1 month of age, and probably earlier, infant prefers to hear talk that is directed toward them. Higher pitch sounds more articulated, simplified, repetition in sound and words, rather than adult directed talk. In this stage, 4 to 8 months, at 6 months, babies are ready to speak any language that they hear frequently, as they can distinguish and make all sounds using all language. What a wonderful skill they have. After several months, though, they lose this ability and can only distinguish the sounds in the language they are hearing. The other stage, 8 to 12 months, during this stage, infants have added listening abilities that contribute to learning a language well. 8-month-olds show more ability to divide a continuous stream of speech sound that they hear into individual words. For example, they can begin to divide "here's the milk" into "here is the milk," demonstrating their receptive skills. Mobile infant can perceive common sequence of sounds that form words. By 1 year of age, most American infants are learning that certain sounds go together to form words in English, and the other sequence of sounds are not combined in English based on the language patterns they are hearing from adults. In the next stage, 12 to 18 months, young toddlers this age can follow simple directions such as "go get your coat," and can correctly point to their nose, eyes, hair, foot, tummy, and other body parts when a parent or teacher playfully asks, "What is your nose?" or "What is your tummy?" You may want to think about how many ways you could say the word bull to a young toddler. You could say, "Here's a bull," Roll the ball. The ball is yellow. You may get bored saying the word ball, but toddlers won't get bored. They will listen carefully and may try to say the word ball very soon. In the 18 to 36 month stage, toddlers are accomplished at what is called fast mapping, quickly attaching a name to an object. Toddlers can learn words faster when adults provide many examples of the word. When you place a yellow cup in front of the toddler and say, cup, and later place a blue cup in front of the toddler and say, cup, toddlers will learn the word cup more easily. When you use the word yellow, when you say that's a yellow ball, and again when you say there's a yellow bus, toddlers are more likely to learn the word yellow. These are examples of providing multiple instances of the same word. Toddlers also learn new words best when a gesture is used with a word. Again, pointing to an object or saying the word for an object the child is using will help the toddler learn new words. This is an example of multimodal input. Now we have with expressing language. They have the same stage, and if we start with this, there is a joy that infant and toddlers experience when they are able to express meaning through gestures, sounds, and words. We have in expressing language prior to birth that babies communicate in a variety of ways. One of the which is to cry when they are in pain, hungry, or distressed. The adult pay attention to all of the verbal and nonverbal signals of the infant. Important caregiver in infant life begin to interpret the verbs quieting and looking as form of communication. In the following stage, birth to 4 months, expressively infant begin to demonstrate through their movement and facial expression that they anticipate that the sounds and nonverbal communication, such as reaching up with their arms to be picked up, will get a reaction from an adult. They make sound to get adults' valued attention. Can you just hear an infant making sound as he looks at a favorite adult, as if to say, look at me? Infants are learning how to communicate before they learn words. Children engage in conversation with adults and with each other before they have acquired their first conventional word. In addition to communicating non-verbally and cueing vowel sound, they also begin to babble, such as ma or da. At first, they babble ba or da, one syllable. Toward the end of this age group are babbling more sounds together. Ba, 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 da, da, da. The sounds for mother and father in many cultures are babbling sounds that the infant first makes, such as papa, mama, and dada. That's why you may hear a parent say, he said dada, he knows my name. In several months, the infant will say mama or papa just for a special person, but for right now, they are probably just enjoying making the sound. In the following stage, 8 to 12 months, we have that Infants in this age want to communicate with you. They shake their head. No, hold up their hands to be picked up. Wave bye-bye, make many different sounds, and use first words to communicate their needs and desires. A responsive communication partner teaches an infant that gestures, sounds, and words get resolved, so that the infant does not need to cry to get his needs met. In the following stage, 12 to 18 months, infants are likely to begin to point to objects, people with their tiny index finger by the time they are 12 months old, although some children begin earlier. In their attempt to share attention, infants may intentionally point at a person or object with a squeal of delight to direct another person's attention toward that object. When infants point, they are aware that they can direct an adult's attention to some event or object. They're often very excited when adults actually look. The infants are now sharing experiences with others as they tune into others and get others to tune into them. Pointing is an observable and exciting step forward in infant cognitive, language, motor, social, and emotional development. Also, infant point to gain information. It is as if the infant is saying, "What is that?" When caregivers tune into the infant's pointing and respond with, for example, "You see a ball, don't you?" Or, "Oh, a ball, I see it." Infants learn new words. And we have the last stage of expressive language, 18 to 36 months. Toddlers use mostly words, not gestures. These impressive toddlers focus on learning words rather than gestures. Simple because they observe that people around them use mostly words. Most toddlers delight in being around others, so focusing on learning words to name people, places, and objects support toddlers' social success. From saying sounds to saying words to putting words together, infants and toddlers try to communicate with others. Toddlers make language mistakes, but they are developmentally appropriate mistakes. These mistakes tell us that toddlers are not just imitating what they hear, but are also applying some rules that they discover all by themselves. They may think that the word dog applies to all four-legged creatures. So the next cat, horse, or pig they see will enthusiastically be called dog. They may also under generalize a word and not use it for all of the case to which it applies.